I've been dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm woke, everything that I see ain't what it seems. I guess I've been dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been
Oh, and we in there. Peace and love to all the guys and gals in the high vibrating species on the planet. How we doing, good people? Come on in. Come on in. We are back. And we are back with the Y files. The Y files, you know what I mean? I think we bent the corner a couple times, right? I think. Well, come on in, Academation, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know where y'all at. Y'all know where y'all at. Sit right here beside me, you know what I'm talking about? I got plenty of room. If you're new, welcome. Come on in. Get in the back, though. You know what I'm talking about? Let us walk you through this thing. But anyway, you know, like I said, we got the Wi-Fi. Salute to you, sir. We got Hecklefish over here. Salute to you, sir. And we got the Smithsonian CoverUp of ancient Egyptians, ancient Kemet, and the giants of the Grand Canyon. So the Grand Canyon's been coming up a lot here lately, at least in my research, in my realm of delving, you know, in the rabbit hole, you know what I'm talking about? And yeah, it's very, very, very interesting, the things that goes on in the Grand Canyon. And it's ridiculous, the excuses they give us for why we can't really go in there and just to take a look, see by ourselves, you know, just to go and check it out. I hear there's portals in there. I hear there's major connections to the Americas being somewhat of Kemet. But, you know, we gonna get to the bottom of that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we got giants in this thing. Now that I haven't heard about, any giants actually being discovered here. But we got the Smithsonian covering it up as usual. So that's probably why we never really heard of it, you know what I mean? But anyways, we gonna check this out. So if y'all ready, you know what I'm saying, without further ado, we gonna get to what it is that we do. And y'all know what that is. Bustin.
President Teddy Roosevelt wanted to declare the Grand Canyon off limits to all timber and mining operations. It would take another 11 years for Congress to designate the Grand Canyon a national park.
Wait. I thought I missed something.
In 1908, President Teddy Roosevelt wanted to declare the Grand Canyon off limits to all timber and mining operations. It would take another 11 years for Congress to designate the Grand Canyon a national park. Sensing a final opportunity for adventure, explorer G.E. Kincaid took a boat down the Colorado River and through the Grand Canyon. The canyon was rich in minerals like gold, silver, and copper, and Kincaid wanted to see what he could find before the area was closed off for good. About 40 miles upriver from the El Tovar Crystal Canyon, Kincaid saw stains in the sediment formation about 2,000 feet up. He tied off the boat and got out to investigate. Kincaid couldn't find a trail, Tovar Crystal Canyon.
I wonder if we can go there and shop. Well, not shop, but necessarily dig for crystals. If that's one of those type of places. Let me write that down. Oh, yeah. It's nothing like digging for your own crystals, y'all know? You know? Especially if you're going to get some. At least you know exactly what you're getting. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Kincaid saw stains in the sediment formation about 2,000 feet up. He tied off the boat and got out to investigate. Kincaid couldn't find a trail, but after a short hike, he found something interesting covered in desert brush. Steps, hundreds of them, carved in sandstone. Steps that wound their way up to a high shelf on the side of the canyon. He followed the steps until he came across a cavern entrance, an entrance that was clearly man-made. Kincaid entered the cavern and turned on his flashlight. On the walls, he saw writing, but it wasn't English or Native American writing. It was ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics. Kincaid lifted his flashlight and saw that the tunnel ran far into the distance. He didn't realize it at the time, but this was only the beginning.
Get it.
When G.E. Kincaid tied off his small wooden boat to investigate the strange coloration of the rock wall, he was hoping to find clues that would lead him to a mineral deposit. He wasn't expecting to find hieroglyphics. When Kincaid noticed chisel marks in the walls, he drew his pistol, turned on another light, and slowly walked deeper into the gloom. He kept detailed notes of everything he saw.
The main passageway is about 12 feet wide, narrowing to 9 feet toward the farther end. About 57 feet from the entrance, the first side passages branch off to the right and left, along which on both sides are a number of rooms about the size of ordinary living rooms of today, though some are 30 by 40 feet square. These are entered by oval-shaped doors and are ventilated by round air spaces through the walls into the passages. The walls are about 3 feet 6 inches in thickness. The passages are chiseled or hewn as straight as could be laid out by an engineer. The ceilings of many of the rooms converge to a center. The side passages near the entrance run at a sharp angle from the main hall, but toward the rear they gradually reach a right angle in direction.
G.E. Kincaid now realized he was in a huge complex. He estimated that as many as 50,000 people could have lived here. In some rooms he found granaries with shelves of glazed pottery, many of which still contain seeds. He found cooking areas and a huge dining hall. The rooms were full of ancient artifacts. Kincaid carefully wrapped a few small metal and ceramic objects for later study. Another large room Kincaid described as an area for metalwork, a technology that should not have existed in this area.
Here are found
Are you sure?
tools of all descriptions made of copper. These people undoubtedly knew the lost art of hardening this metal, which has been sought by chemicals for centuries without result. On a bench running around the workroom was some charcoal and other material probably used in the process. There's also slag and stuff similar to mat, showing that these ancients smelted ores, but so far no trace of where or how this was done has been discovered, nor the origin of the ore.
G.E. Kincaid explored the underground complex for several hours, still having no idea when this place was used, what it was used for, or who the builders were. Then he came across another large room, a crypt. The crypt had shelf upon shelf and row upon row of mummies, dozens of them. At this point, G.E. Kincaid realized that if he was going to explore this entire underground city, he was going to need help.
From who?
G.E. Kincaid sent a few artifacts to the Smithsonian along with his notes of what he found. He requested financial and logistical support for what he felt was the most significant archaeological discovery ever made. The Smithsonian agreed. A few weeks later, Professor S.A. Jordan arrived with a team of about 40 scientists, researchers, and laborers to excavate and explore the ancient underground city. Now with more lights and manpower, the scientists realized that the cave system layout wasn't random. It was a symmetrical, deliberate design. The tunnels all led to a central chamber. In the chamber was a large statue of what Kincaid thought looked like Buddha.
Like butter.
Buddha.
What I say?
Over 100 feet from the entrance is the cross hall, several hundred feet long, in which are found the idol or image of the people's god, sitting cross-legged with a lotus flower or lily in each hand. The cast of this face is oriental, and the carving in this cavern. The idol almost resembles Buddha, though the scientists are not certain as to what religious worship it represents. Taking into consideration everything found thus far, it is possible that this worship most resembles the ancient people of Tibet.
No, I didn't think we were allowed to say Oriental. Are we bringing that back?
We're not. This was written over 100 years ago. So
Oh, right, when we had freedom of speech.
no, Oriental in this context just means Eastern.
Ah.
Because of this discovery, Kincaid's team started calling the complex the Citadel. The crypt was one of the bigger rooms discovered. Now, with enough light, Kincaid was able to fully describe what he saw.
The walls slant back at an angle of about 35 degrees. On these are tiers of mummies, each one occupying a separate hewn shelf. At the head of each is a small bench, on which is found copper cups and pieces of broken swords. Some of the mummies are covered with clay, and all are wrapped in a bark fabric. The urns or cups on the lower tiers are crude, while as the higher shelves are reached, the urns are finer in design, showing a later stage of civilization. It is worthy of note that all the mummies examined so far have proved to be male, no children or females being buried here. This leads to the belief that this exterior section was the warriors' barracks.
Kincaid, Jordan, and the Smithsonian team explored the entire cave complex. They were overwhelmed with evidence that this was not some faraway temple occupied by a few priests. This was a huge city lived in by thousands of men, women, and children for hundreds or possibly thousands of years. The question nobody could answer was, who were they?
My humble opinion. I feel like there's nothing lost here. somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody know where most of this stuff is. Underground, caves, caverns, places you are not allowed to go. Hidden from the public's eye. Not lost. Never lost. Never lost. Never lost. Even the stuff that's burned, it wasn't the original. Not when we're talking about stuff like this. No. 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 My opinion. But I'm letting him, you know what I'm saying, get it off. I'm interested.
By the end of the expedition, G.E. Kincaid and Professor Jordan's team had discovered hundreds of rooms, barracks, granaries, metalworking shops, temples, and many, many living quarters. Though most of the rooms were empty, thousands of artifacts were found. They found swords and shields made of copper, bronze, and a gray metal that scientists couldn't identify. They thought it looked like platinum. They found pottery, urns, utensils for cooking, small yellow stones called cat's eyes, and large stone tablets, all engraved with hieroglyphics.
On all the urns or walls over doorways and tablets of stone which were found by the image are the mysterious hieroglyphics, the key to which the Smithsonian Institute hopes yet to discover. The engraving on the tablets probably has something to do with the religion of the people. Similar hieroglyphics have been found in southern Arizona. Among the pictorial writings, only 2 animals are found. One is of prehistoric type.
Even with all the relics and all the writing Kincaid and Jordan found, they were still no closer to determining who built the citadel in the Grand Canyon. They thought some of the statues looked Tibetan, but they weren't quite right. They thought the writing looked Egyptian. Again, that wasn't quite right. There were experts on site, none of whom could identify the statues or translate any of the text. But there were 2 things that the researchers could agree on. One, the civilization that built the citadel was very advanced, far more advanced than the native tribes that occupied the area for a few thousand years. This now lost civilization worked bronze many years before the Bronze Age began. They understood division of labor and agriculture when every other society on Earth was presumably still hunting and gathering.
Now see, that's, I don't know, man. I don't know. But what I can say is I have heard and seen, even with the receipts, that damn near everything that's been learned and come out of the Americas. So regardless if they want to give it to the actual the American Indian, I mean, I don't want to say that completely in its entirety, but pretty freaking close, man, because some of this stuff see, that's why we do research. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't want to say that, but at the same time I'm like, well, damn, who else would it be? Because I've seen the receipts of how we went all over the place and put people on game and built civilizations and built monuments and built things that still standing to this day. I just saw some stuff. Yeah, man. I mean, so I don't know. You know what I mean? And see, we dealing with the Smithsonian. You know, so.
These are discoveries that went against everything that was taught in mainstream archaeology and anthropology. A civilization like this shouldn't exist.
Ooh, what was the second thing?
Why? But why?
Are you sure?
Like, why shouldn't it? Because you're primitive. I mean, come on, bro. How you gonna take from somebody else because you don't? That's called a natural born envious hater right there. So see, off the bat, you're hating. You came in the game hating off bat. For what? You know what I mean? And now we get it. So it's like this shouldn't exist. How not? All the stuff that, even what the Bible was talking about, it's stuff in the Bible that was being spoken of that shouldn't exist. If let y'all say it. But y'all said a lot of things shouldn't exist, and it's been around here scooping up animals and people and All types of stuff been going on, and y'all said it. None of this stuff exists. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, bro. How much stuff? How many things don't exist that does exist? That's really been acting a fool in the 3D. This density has really seen some stuff that don't supposed to exist. So either I'm seeing things, the people out here are seeing things, which I'm pretty sure we're not, or y'all lie. And I bet my bottom dollar you lie. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
What?
Well, you said the eggheads agreed on
You're
two
the dragon.
things. What was the second
You're the
thing?
dragon.
They agreed
Yeah,
that the
man.
civilization that built the citadel in the Grand Canyon didn't emerge there locally. This civilization arrived there from the other side of the world. Kincaid and Professor Jordan sent boxes of artifacts and books full of notes and drawings back to the Smithsonian, along with their hypothesis that an ancient civilization existed in the Grand Canyon thousands of years before.
Hey, okay. So, just my perception, when I heard it and then it played back in my mind a different way. So the first way I really heard that is on the other side of the world, meaning the other side of the ice wall. That's what I would think. I don't know why. But anyway, I like I said, I ran it back and then it was like, oh yeah, that's what he meant. Okay, on the other side of the world. But anyway, there are other sides of worlds connected to the realm. You know what I mean? There's worlds all within the realm. Several worlds, many worlds within realms. We're cut off from those too. So, if anything, these civilizations that are over there, which would be some of our ancestors, some of our family members, some of our people that you just disconnected us from, that we trying to get back to, that's trying to get to us. But y'all didn't really just, the frequency on this side of the world is kind of, yeah. But it's shaking up though. So, but I was just thinking, what y'all think? I know. I'm sorry. They deleting comments again. I apologize. Listen, if it gets through, I will comment to you. But if not, just hey, we're gonna have to figure it out. You know what I'm talking about? We're gonna have to figure it out another way to connect, because they tripping. I don't know why they tripping. They said the stuff ain't supposed to be real. Don't exist, right? You don't shadow ban anybody that don't. You don't, if it's not what it is, the people covering it or reacting to it and just giving their opinion about it shouldn't be, right?
Before Native Americans arrived in North America, these people were technologically advanced, educated, skilled, and spiritually complex. And these people originated somehow in Egypt or Asia. Kincaid wanted more resources and a larger team to help them.
Nah, I doubt that. I think they originated right there where they were. That's what I think. Right here in good old America, baby. The American Indian. You know what I mean? Come on now. Like, for real. It's you will be surprised exactly how much the American Indian put people on out there. For real. It's a lot of stuff that grows out there now that came straight from America, but they say it was from out there. They say camel, elephants, all types of animals, different animals. The animals that were that are in Africa now used to be in America, or were indigenous to America before they were moved. A lot of stuff, man. A lot. Fruit, food, animals, people. Trust me. Boy, stop. America supplied a lot. And I'm talking about the Americas. Turtle Island, top and bottom. All over the whole thing. We put the world on. Because there was some stuff going on over here. Hey, they say we special. But, you know.
Research the Citadel and search the Grand Canyon for more evidence of this lost civilization. Their request was denied. And G. Kincaid and Professor S.A. Jordan were never heard from again.
Son of a...
I mean, for real. And I'm not trying to put nobody else down. I'm not putting on no boasting and bragging, but they say we special. Because the obvious thing is, out of everybody in the world, the American Indian is the only people that nobody really, Like, you got folks out here trying to take like literally steal our identities. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't finna tell me. I did my genealogy. I did mine. You know what I mean? And I've seen so many other people do theirs, and man, it's coming out. We the American Indian. We the American Indian. That's us. And these people just out here just come on, man, and come on, man. But I ain't gonna go on a tangent about that. It's coming.
In northern Arizona is one of the most spectacular natural wonders on Earth, the Grand Canyon. Carved over millions of years by the Colorado River, the Grand Canyon is more than just a pretty landscape and a spot for tourists to take selfies. It's a place of deep spiritual significance for the people who've lived in the area. The Hopi, Navajo, Zuni, Apache, and several other tribes have lived.
See that right there? I got some of that in me too. Wake up. You feel me?
Around the Grand Canyon for several thousand years. They still do.
Not
Hopi
them.
mythology says that from the Grand Canyon, the first people of the world entered. The story says that many thousands of years ago, a reptilian race emerged.
Lizard people!
Yep.
Hey, how many times do lizard people have to come up in these stories before you believe in him?
I guess I'm gonna need a few more.
Lizard people?
Where you? He know the business. He know the business.
People are gonna keep popping up. You'll see.
Thousands of years ago, a reptilian race,
Lizard people.
lizard people, emerged from the Grand Canyon and changed into humans.
Lizard people are shapeshifters.
True.
That would seem to be true. Other Pueblo cultures like the Zuni and the Acoma have similar legends that there were people there before the tribes.
Lizard people legends?
Well, some legends say reptilians were there. Other legends say a race of giants were there.
Ooh.
And there are rumors that skeletons of giants have been discovered all over the western United States, but the evidence has been suppressed.
Suppressed by who?
The Smithsonian.
Of
Of
course.
course.
Something I've learned from doing the show is that all myths and legends do carry a little bit of truth. We already have evidence that people landed in North America before Columbus. The Vikings famously explored and settled parts of Newfoundland 500 years before the quote-unquote New World was quote-unquote discovered. And there's growing evidence that ancient Chinese explorers landed in North and South America before the Vikings. But landing on the east or west...
Cause we were, listen. Columbus never came to North America. Name's not Columbus. It's it's Salvador, like Franco or something like that, something or another. And the man with swarthy complexion, so therefore he's so-called black. And he was conquistador, bro. It's like, but yeah, he never came, he never touched the Americas. He never came to North America. So when they were like, he discovered the Americas, that's a damn lie. That's a lie. Yeah, everybody else came, like DeSoto and all them, they came up here. Yeah, we got on DeSoto ace. We got on his ace. Got on that ace. But anyway, yeah, so they came. But anyways, if you really do your research, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to legendary Top Cats, man, for real. Like, look, for real. Y'all, if y'all really want to know about some true American history, go check him out. You know what I'm saying? Legendary Top Cats on YouTube. Check him out. And, you know, it's mind-blowing. But he got all the receipts, too. You know what I mean? And then there's other stuff that you can go and check it out yourself and do your research yourself. That's why I say do your due diligence in your own research. Because you ain't got to believe nothing that nobody says. But when it's there, and it's sitting right there. You got to know what to look for. But you'll find it. You know what I'm saying? And he found a lot. Him, Dane Calloway, salute to Dane, especially Dane Calloway. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, out of those two, blew the lid off American history. And I'm here to tell you, we've been lied to, everybody that's here, including you. You know what I mean? And they mad about it. You feel me? And every time I bring it up, it's probably why they put the ban on me, because I say stuff like that. But it don't matter, though. You know what I'm saying? We're here to speak the truth. But we're also here to tell you to go do your own due diligence. You know what I mean? But folks be lying. And we see what they doing already. Now we finna get on to these giants, and this is what I'm here for.
Coast of America is one thing. Getting to the Grand Canyon is a whole other thing. How could people get there? And even if they could, how did they have the technology to excavate millions of tons of rock in order to build an entire underground city? Well, we may have known the answer to that question for 1,000 years.
For 1,000 years, huh? Let's get it.
Traveling from Europe and Asia to America thousands of years ago was almost impossible. Almost. Many brave people did it. But traveling to the Grand Canyon is a much more difficult task than landing on a California beach. To get to and build in the Grand Canyon requires technology.
Okay, but see, the way he's coming at this is like nobody's here. And these people came from that. See, that's why I'm like, nah, bro. Nah, that's I'm not trying to hear that. Like, the way this story is coming off is if, like, the Indian, we're here, but we're not in this area, or we're in this area and we're just primitive, and these folks came and just did all this, and we didn't know anything about it. Like, I mean, does that even logically make sense to you? See what I'm saying? And you're saying 1,000 years. 1,000 years from when? 1,000 years from when? See, that's another question. Because that's gonna tell you about around your time. That's gonna give you the timeline, and your choreography. Yeah, you need that. That's important. Knowing the exact times. So he's saying 1,000 years back. You know what I mean? These people came before, I guess, anybody else showed up, and they did all this, and then they got the hell on, and then the Indians all of a sudden we came here. But we've been here since been here. And that's been proven. So I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I'm indifferent.
Hopi have a very intriguing legend about the ant people. These are humanoid creatures that are smaller than humans, with pale skin and large eyes like an insect.
Aliens.
According to legend, a series of cataclysms hit the earth many thousands of years ago.
Young Adrias.
The Hopi were on the verge of being destroyed. A sky god emerged from what they called a moving star.
UFO.
The sky god brought the Hopi to the ant people, who escorted them to underground caves for protection. The sky god then got back into his moving star and flew off above the clouds. The Paiute have a legend about the Havmusuvs. They're usually described as being humanoid in shape, with golden skin and large eyes.
Aliens.
They lived in a vast underground city and traded with faraway people. They possessed weapons that the Paiute described as silver tubes that shot lightning and can kill a man instantly.
Base.
I cannot remember the show or anime that I seen, but I've seen this before. Especially the wands that shoot lasers out of them. I've seen these weapons before.
And the most interesting part of the Havmusuv legend? They supposedly flew silver canoes in the sky.
UFOs.
These craft made a humming sound and could maneuver like an eagle and move at great speeds. Most ancient cultures have a flood myth. They describe a global disaster that melted the ice caps and caused sea level to rise 400 feet. Entire cities were wiped out, maybe even entire continents.
Atlantis.
Most of these flood myths also talk about how,
even though that may be him, but Hecklefish is on point. I fuck with the fish, okay? I'm fucking with the fish. he talking that good shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the previous, and Atlanta is actually the capital of Atlantis. So I can imagine why all the special was going on here, because that would make the Americas where all that good shit was going on at, right? Wouldn't that make sense? I'm just saying, just hypothetically, right? If Atlanta, Georgia, was the capital of Atlantis back then, wouldn't it make sense that all the special stuff was going on right here in the Americas? Reason why it would make sense that we supplied the rest of the world and and all. Wouldn't it make sense? Just with that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that that's what, but research is saying it. All my research is saying it. Other scientists are saying it. Hey, I'm not the only one saying it. So somebody gonna have to make sense of it out there. Like we cool over here. We cool over here. Cause I mean, just cause I'm put it like this. A lot of people quick to say what isn't without being able to say what is. So I'm with my research, I can say what is for me, not for you, for me. So again, this is, you know what I'm saying, the academy, and but you don't have to believe. I would rather you go and do your own studies. It's fun, especially when you got some like real curious questions and doubts. that you spend months and years on trying to debunk it and you just can't? The more you try to debunk it, the more you put in tying things together it becomes so obvious. Come on.
After the waters receded, a godlike people came down from the sky. These gods gave humans the gift of civilization and taught them things they had forgotten before the Great Flood. Things like writing, astronomy, and agriculture. Could the city in the Grand Canyon be evidence of this time in history? And if it is, why would anyone want to suppress it?
Ooh, why? Why? Because it's going to reveal what really took place here, who people really are, and who people really aren't, and what things really aren't. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't the same. Everything isn't the same. Everything ain't for everybody. And all that. And sometimes just because you see a person doesn't mean that that's actually a person. And by the way, Seth was also, he told me, he said, hey, you have to go back and clarify for all the new subscribers that you're not being racist when you was talking about in the previous video. I'm not. I'm telling the truth. You can do your due diligence on that. But there are actually some species here that do resemble Caucasians, but they're not. So that's why when it comes down to race and color and all, that part's out of it. Doesn't matter. And there's no telling who you're going to be dealing with when you're dealing with them. Some of these are avatars. Some of these people are really in body. Some of these people are really controlling the body from the outside. Trust me, it's a lot going on the planet. Men in black. It's like that. The post office type of shit going on.
All the information in today's episode comes from two front-page articles from the Phoenix Gazette published in 1909. In the years since, mainstream researchers have decided that the articles were a hoax, a fantastic story designed to sell newspapers.
19th century clickbait?
Yep.
The media hasn't changed much.
Unfortunately, that's true. But
Because
many people believe the
create.
story is real, and the Smithsonian is covering it up.
Smithsonian Public Relations, Marion speaking.
Hold on. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? I'm here. Sorry, I was on hold a long time.
How can I help you?
They transferred me to Marion.
Yes, this is Marion.
Okay, great. My name is AJ, and I'm with the Y-Files. We're a YouTube channel that covers mysteries.
Did you say you're from YouTube?
The Y-Files is a channel on YouTube, yes.
Okay.
Okay, I wanted to talk to you about an article that was in the Phoenix, Arizona Gazette in 1909, and they sent me to you. I was hoping to ask you a couple of questions about that.
Okay, let me stop you. No Egyptian artifacts of any kind have ever been found in North or South America.
Sounds like you've given that speech before.
Yes, I get this call a couple of times a year. I can tell you that the Smithsonian has never been involved in anything like this in the Grand Canyon or anywhere.
So, G.E. Kincaid?
There's no record of anyone by that name ever working for the Smithsonian. The whole thing is a hoax.
Yeah, that's the prevailing belief, but the Smithsonian has been accused of covering this up, so...
Yeah, I don't have a response to that.
Are you sure?
You probably don't want to talk about giants or giant skeletons, huh?
And goodbye.
That's the official story. Kincaid's cave is a hoax, so no reason to try and find it. Nothing to see here. Even Kincaid himself wanted to keep people out.
First, I would impress that the cavern is nearly inaccessible. The entrance is 1,486 feet down the sheer canyon wall. It is located on government land, and no visitor will be allowed there under penalty of trespass. The scientists wish to work unmolested, without fear of archaeological discoveries being disturbed by curio or relic hunters. A trip there would...
I mean, where in the unnatural fuck is that, bro? What are you doing? And just what in the fuck are you doing? The stuff don't belong to you either, sir. You may want to give it back to the people that it belong to, or let it the fuck alone. Come on, mate. That's the problem. That's the problem right there. Not to mention the portal that's down there. Y'all want us to find a Stargate around that mother. Y'all don't want us to see that, you know what I'm saying, that through the Grand Canyon you can get to other parts of the world, the countries over there. They do say. I heard it from more than one place. You know what I'm talking about? The Grand Canyon is holding a lot of secret. And we gonna find out though, you know what I'm saying? You can't, come on now. Y'all already know. See what I'm saying? But we gotta do our due diligence, y'all. You know what I mean? We got to do our due diligence. We got to use our discernment, you know, because they love to stick the lie between two truths and then vice versa that and shake it up. Misdirection is their game. Deception, you know what I'm saying? Deceiving. Sun Tzu, believe me. If they can deceive you, they will. And trust me, they try in every corner, and the tactics are always the same. When you catch on to them, it's not hard to see. They lie.
Be fruitless, and the visitor would be sent on his way.
Whether at the request of the Smithsonian or just to protect his find, it was clear that Kincaid wanted to dissuade people from finding the Citadel. But even over 100 years later, that wouldn't stop people from trying. And some of those people, they say they found it. Jerry Wills and his wife Kathy have been studying the Kincaid Cave mystery for years. Their approach was find the original base camp of the explorers, which would lead them to the cave. After years of research and exploring the area where G.E. Kincaid said he found the cave, Jerry and Kathy found a location covered in artifacts from that time. And on the canyon wall just below this area, they believe is the entrance to the underground city. Exploring is difficult though. The entire area where the cave is supposed to be is designated off-limits by the federal government.
Yo, I saw that coming.
About 1,000 caves have been discovered in the Grand Canyon, many of them man-made, but only about 30 have been mapped, and many of those have been sealed.
Ooh, I close them off.
Oh.
1,000. So-called man-made, and over 1,000, and they've sealed 30 of them already, meaning what they found in there, they don't want nobody to stumble up on it. They're not playing any games about not letting anybody find what's in there. Damn, boy. But I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm ecstatic about it. You know what I mean? Like, boy, stop. Stop it. I can't wait to see some faces. Oh my gosh. Hey, y'all already, you know what I'm saying? You already apologizing to us, you know what I'm saying? You already, I'm sorry we mocked you all these years. You guys were right. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I be hearing it every now and then, you feel me? Some of y'all are actually humble enough to actually apologize to us for actually really mocking us the way that you did, you know what I'm saying? Because these boys over here, they gonna shadow ban the bit out of. But it's cool. I'm just with the people like, hey man, we doing it for you. I mean, come on now. Some people that's come up missing, they missing. They gone. Some of them were found after coming up missing on some, we saw it. Come on, and they let you see it as a lesson to you. It's like a scare tactic. See what I'm saying? They want to scare you and stuff. Y'all shut up. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people kind of, they press the issue a little bit too much and it's obvious what's going on and you're a little pressy. So they got to step on you. I mean, once I see it, I'm convinced. I don't need to be all close up. You know what I'm saying? I don't need all that. For real. I saw it from a distance. So long as I get my footage, I'm cool with what I see from how I see it. And it is what it is. I know how to run it from there. But some of this, I've seen some people actually press too hard. And you got pressed back on. But come on now. We got to be careful with this. You know what I'm saying? We got to be careful with this. We seek the truth. We need the truth. We got to have it. And now we're rolling into the age of Aquarius. So it's no more believing. We got to know what's what, who's who, when's when, why such why. And for us, we're just remembering. I remembered a lot just going over this stuff.
For your safety.
Oh, that's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, I don't buy the safety excuse either. There are plenty of people who'd be willing to take the risk. And they'd be willing to sign a waiver that says the government isn't responsible if something happens. In fact, people have tried this. The government still says no, it's too dangerous.
How nice of the government to look
Too
after
dangerous
us.
what you gonna
Isn't that
find.
nice? Then why is it legal to jump out of a plane or ride a roller coaster or drive a car? Something.
Because they don't mind if you kill yourself. Yeah, fine, throw your life away. Go ahead, have fun. But find out the truth? Are you cuckoo? Are you crazy? For real. Yeah, go jump out of the plane. That sounds fun, don't it? Go do that. Go get rich. Don't worry about that. We just gonna stay ahead of you with this technology, and we gonna keep these people that this stuff belong to suppressed, and nobody gonna ever know that they did all this, and y'all been helping us punish them. Yeah, go jump out of the plane. That sounds fun. That's safe. We got your protocol. So long as you packed it yourself, you know that nobody slid it. So when it open up, you good. Go jump off Go climb Mount Everest. How many bodies Mount Everest got? You feel me? Come on now, but we can't go in the Grand Canyon. We can't go in certain forests, woods, nature, parks, whatever. We can't go in these, some of them. We can't go in certain caves, caverns. I think they done shut down all the national parks now. You can't be in a national park by yourself. You feel me? Because Crypt is out there acting a fool, you know. I hear one of the national parks is the actual kind of vortex zone for hotspot for cryptid location. But anyways, we're in the Grand Canyon. It's kind of close though, ain't it? I ain't never been out that way.
In life are dangerous, but they're still worth doing. Some other caves in the Grand Canyon have been blocked by steel gates. They say this is to protect the bat population.
Whoa, did you say...
See what I'm saying? These stupid ass excuses, boy. Bat population, man. Get the fuck. What's up, boy?
Bats? We have to protect the bats?
That's what they say.
Well, haven't bats caused enough problems these last few years? Allegedly.
Alleged.
Still, people are willing to
Hey,
risk a fine or imprisonment
bruh.
to find the lost city in the Grand Canyon.
Knowing that was a lie.
But anyone who goes looking should expect a response. When Jerry and Kathy's team tried to explore the area, suddenly an unmarked plane appeared. Clearly, they were being watched. Despite this part of the Grand Canyon being a no-fly zone, and the fact that no aircraft is allowed to fly below the rim, a plane appeared. Jerry Wills is convinced this was a warning. His team was unable to continue their expedition. Exploring the cave from above is almost impossible. But what about exploring it from below, as G.E. Kincaid did? Another group of explorers tried this. As they approached the location, a black helicopter showed up. Not a tourist helicopter, not even a black civilian helicopter, an Apache combat helicopter. When this team explored the area...
See, that's just like that right there. The Apache helicopter, man. Y'all named that after the actual tribe, the Apache, bro. Like, it's a lot of this mockery. That's mockery right there that you doing. Then y'all, you know what I'm saying, in the history books, y'all say that y'all genocide. I mean, you tried genocide. It was paper genocide is what you really did, is what you really pulled off. You didn't really wipe us out like that. Not physically. No, you didn't. It was paper genocide. That's how it happened. You killed us on paper. Not because we were busting. Still be bucking. We still be bucking to this day if we kept it on that plane. But there's too much going on, bro. So we just let y'all have it. Cause now it's finna, you know what I'm saying? And believe me, when I say that, I know exactly what again, Top Cat. He introduced the Black European, told us about the Black European, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the 13 colony. That's who really came over here and really got down on us. You know what I mean? And it's a whole mix up. Like it's a whole mix up of what really took place on this soil, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff did happen though. That's in the books that we know about. Some of this stuff did go down like that. It did go down like that. The atrocities, you know what I'm saying, toward my folk, yeah, it went down like that. But were we slaves? If you got caught, prisoners of war. I mean, cause like just judging off my genealogy, we weren't. I haven't found one yet. You know what I'm saying? And definitely not from Africa. So I ain't trying to hit that shit either. Y'all feel me? So some people got some explaining to do. A lot of it.
Above, looking for the ventilation shafts Kincaid wrote about, and possibly a way down, they found cement blocks in the middle of nowhere. Some of these blocks are platforms near the edge of the rim with hardware and anchors that would be used to assist mountaineers. When asked about this, the authorities say these are reinforcing structures to prevent rockfalls. Also in this forbidden zone, rock formations have unusual names. There's Isis Temple, Tower of Set, Horus, the Cheops Pyramid, and Ra. There's also the Manu Temple, the Buddha Temple, the Krishna Temple, and the Shiva Temple, and many more names that refer to ancient Egyptian and Hindu cultures, cultures that specifically have myths about a god helping civilization after the Great Flood. The official word is, the fact that these names exist within the Grand Canyon's no-go zone is a coincidence. But I don't really believe in those. Do you?
I don't either.
David Hatcher Childress is a French author who's published 200 books. He often covers ancient mysteries. He believes the United States government is actively suppressing archaeological discoveries. He mentions that while the film Raiders of the Lost Ark is fiction, the final scene showing the warehouse is close to reality. that the Smithsonian, an independent federal agency, is hiding some of the most important discoveries made in the Americas. He says the cover-up began in 1881 with famous geologist John Wesley Powell. Powell appointed Cyrus Thomas the director of the Eastern Mound Division of the Smithsonian Institution's Bureau of Ethnology. When Thomas came to the Smithsonian, he believed there was a race of mound builders that were distinct from and arrived before the American Indians. This school of thought is called diffusionism, which says throughout history,
Bruh, see what I'm saying? They trying to, why stop? The mound built. I just left the mound. I need to go to, I want to go to Snake Mound next. That's the one I need to go to next, Snake Mound. But yeah, man, there's a lot of mounds around here, bro. Man, why stop? Come on now.
There's been a widespread dispersion of culture and civilization, even across great distances. The Smithsonian took the opposite approach. It promoted isolationism, which says most civilizations are isolated from each other and have little contact, especially when separated by large bodies of water. It was held that the advanced and highly populated civilizations of the Ohio and Mississippi valleys were rare, and that they didn't have contact with other advanced cultures like the Aztecs, the Toltecs, or the Maya. But the Mississippi River runs from Canada all the way to the Gulf of Mexico.
Denial.
To say these cultures were isolated is like saying that people in the Black Sea had no contact with people in the Mediterranean.
Right.
That's ridiculous. When ancient mounds of the American
See, the thing is, see right there, like, yes. And that look like one, that I don't know where that is right there, but they got some out in Alabama. I went to the ones in Moundville in Alabama and went on the Chiefs Mound. Yeah, it was busting. It was hot that day. Oof. But yeah, my aura turning rainbow colors and shit, man. I had hawks flying over my head when I got on the Chiefs Mound, circling over my head and stuff, man. Yeah, it was lit. But no, this is us, bro. This is us. All day, every day. Come on now, this is us. You can't get that to nobody but us. We did this. It is what it is. We're responsible for those. We're responsible for a lot of this. A lot of it. Trust me. Well, you don't have to. I'm sorry. My apologies. No, don't. Do your own. I know what I seen. Receipt after receipt after receipt. Confirming, cross-reference after cross-reference after cross-reference. Confirming. Oh my G's.
West are examined, they show the existence of a complex culture. Cities larger than those in Europe at the time.
There they go.
Also show
Ooh, he showed them. That's
a
nice.
complex culture. Cities larger than those in
Yes. I'm going there. Anybody close? Anybody been there? Comment section. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think about it, man? This is the serpentine energy. It's so many metaphors and what's the other word? It's spiritual essence that goes along with this. Tiamat, the dragon. So what? You know what I'm saying? The serpent energy, the female serpentine energy. It's a lot. Kundalini, yeah, right.
Europe at the time. They also show burials of extremely tall people, sometimes 7 or 8 feet tall. When the Spiro mounds were excavated in the 1930s, 7 and 8 foot tall skeletons were found, at a time when the average height of a human male was about 5'6". Those skeletons, at a time when the average height of a human male was about 5'6", tall skeletons were found.
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure this ain't a tail right here on one of these things. You know what I mean? Okay. So that's gonna be this guy here. So what is this? What is this? This a snake? Was he buried with a snake?
At a time when the average height of a human male was about 5'6". Those skeletons have been lost. In 1892, stone coffins were discovered in Alabama by Frank Burns during a geological survey. The
Wait.
coffins were about 7.5 feet long, hollowed out by fire and metal chisels. The findings were sent to the Smithsonian.
in Malville?
In 1984, this report was found by researcher Frederick J. Pohl. He asked the Smithsonian about this. They said, "We have not been able to find the specimens in our collections, though records show that they were received."
Oh, how do you lose giant stone coffins?
That weighed several tons? I don't.
They put some of them on them fake. I mean, not fake, but some of the dinosaurs and some of your museums, they used some of those bones to construct some of those things. That's where some of the bones went. The others, that just like extra obvious. Yeah, those in a cavern or a cave somewhere. They probably done ground them down trying to get the carbon up out of them so they could try to do that extra stuff with their DNA. You know what I'm saying? Always trying to alter some shit.
I don't know.
And never underestimate the incompetence of the federal government.
8 years later, the Smithsonian said they found the coffins, but they were stored in a warehouse that was contaminated by asbestos, so nobody could go in there to see them.
Oh yeah, that's right. I bet that boy clean as a whistle, triple gated, double doored, sealed with a eyeball, hand fingerprint.
During World War II, a crew was building an airship in Alaska. They excavated a mound that had gigantic human remains, skeletons twice or 3 times the size of a normal human.
Everywhere,
this report
bro.
has been confirmed by multiple sources. The Smithsonian collected the findings, and that was the last anyone heard about it. There are stories like this from Alaska all the way down to Mexico City. An amazing discovery is made, the Smithsonian steps in, the story disappears. The saying, "skeletons in your closet," means you have secrets you don't want revealed. Secrets that, if discovered, would be embarrassing and possibly dangerous. In the case of the Smithsonian, skeletons in the closet could be taken literally, but the government literally has evidence that an advanced race was in North America long before the native tribes arrived, evidence they don't want revealed. Mainstream science says this is nonsense, but the Hopi and other Grand Canyon tribes do believe this. The Hopis say that when the first people emerged from the Grand Canyon, they sent a message to the Temple of the Sun asking for a blessing of peace. That messenger hasn't returned. But even today in Hopi villages, at sundown, tribal elders can be seen on rooftops, gazing toward the setting sun, waiting for the messenger to come home. And when he does, the ancient land will be returned to the first people. Now that's an optimistic belief. The United States spent 200 years.
That's gonna be us. Fortunately, but unfortunately, for I guess you're somebody out there that's sour about his feelings. You know what I'm saying? Some entity, some whatever shapeshifter, whatever the case may be. I don't really at this point. I quite frankly don't give a damn for all the stuff that has been done to people in general to keep certain secrets and these secrets hidden and covered up to the point where it baffles me. But it's coming to a close. It's coming to a close. I'm being patient. As patient as I can be. You know what I'm saying? Some days I may get a little irritated. It depends on what videos we go through, you know. But it don't mean I'm gonna go out there and hit somebody with a damn dragon punch or no shit like that. It's just at this point it's a time game, timetable, and it's ticking. It's winding down. It's all about preparation and knowing really what's going on, so you can have yourself on the right frequency to stay in alignment with what the planet's actually doing and not what people are doing. I'd rather follow the trend of nature at this moment. That's the only advice I can really give you is follow the trend of nature. You know what I'm saying? If it's a media trend, I probably wouldn't feed into it or like pitch my energy and put my energy into it. I would really focus on nature and focus on self and self-awareness. It's very key. Know thyself, for real, because trust me, they're covering it up for reasons that's gonna blow people's minds. Some people are gonna have heart attacks. Right? It's gonna be so crazy. But like, remember what I say. You know what I'm saying? The crazier, the more outlandish it sounds, the more than likely, the more true it's gonna be.
Is taking land from the first people. You really think they're going to give it back?
They ain't gonna have no choice. They ain't gonna have no choice. Do I really think they gonna give it?
Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. My name is AJ. That's Hecklefish. This has been the Wi-Fi.
Okay, AJ, you know what I'm saying? Peace and love to you, brother. Keep her coming, Hecklefish, keep flow. Listen here. You ain't gonna have no choice but to get that back. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Because the way you got it, no. We just ain't gonna lay down like that. But there's a way that we have to do it. Say the chief, you know what I'm saying? So chief say we gotta do it a certain way, and he's actually done that, and a lot of other key players in the game have been doing and has done everything that needs to be done. So it's only a matter of time. Just at this point, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, keep vibing in the green, vibe higher, you know what I'm saying, if possible. Keep your vibration and frequency clean and clear. Watch out for the energy vampires, you know what I'm saying? Do not forget to keep yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally protected out here at all times. They are desperate. They're going to throw distraction after distraction after distraction after distraction. They will even knock somebody off of this thing right in front of you at a school or some joint. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep you on your toes, puto. You feel me? Like, it's going down out there. But believe me, all this stuff is just to deter you from other things that we've been discovering and other discoveries that's still pushing, like the pressure that's being pushed out via certain people in certain facets that's well equipped to run the job that they got, and there's no stopping it because the ancestors are behind each and every one of these beings that's doing each and everything, one of the things that they been sent here to do, and there's nothing that you can do about that. And they know who I'm talking to. So YouTube, I mean, you know, I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know why y'all do me the way you do me. You know, why are y'all deleting all my comments though? What's up with that? I mean, dang man, let the people say what we gonna say. Let them speak. I'm not offended by anything that comes across because I'm a grown individual, okay? A grown being right here, and I'm pretty sure that if anybody say anything offensive, I could either delete it or I could address it, but I can address it. I mean, you ain't got to delete nothing that you didn't like. We don't really care what you didn't like. We're working here. What are you doing? See what I'm saying? What are you doing? You take my likes, you say you're going to tell me about it, ain't told me nothing. You take my comments, you told me you're going to check into it, ain't told me nothing. You take my subscribers from it, you told me you was going to check into it, ain't told me nothing. And come on, man. So, I try to keep it PG. You feel me? I mean, all right. Okay, mates, until next time, y'all be good out there, you know what I'm saying? Keep your eyes open. Do your due diligence, your research, you know what I'm saying? Overall, keep yourself in the green, vibing high, protect your energy, watch out for the energy vampires. They jumping around, you know what I'm saying? It's breaking down, the matrix is breaking down, you feel me? But you must prepare yourself because if you're not frequency high enough, you know what I mean? When it breaks down, you'll break down with it, you feel me? And yeah, so